What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and there's been another suspiciously timed banning of Steven Crowder. For those of you that know, I have a good relationship with Steven and other members of his team. I would count on them to back me up if something happened to me on this platform, and therefore I back them up. I've actually been on his show at least once, and maybe we'll get that lineup to go on again, but the timing of the ban and the information around the ban is awfully suspicious. It's the time of year where Steven Crowder would gain probably the biggest traction, gain the most subscribers, and with the midterm elections. And it's one of the most spurious strikes I've seen to date. So I'm going to link his Rumble account in the description. I'm also going to link mine. Just since if you're one of the people, like I know a lot of people are going to move with him over to Rumble, all my videos are posted there too. So as long as you're watching my videos, I'm happy. And YouTube has been purging subs. So if you notice, please make sure you're still subscribed here on YouTube. If you haven't, please do now. Never give up, never surrender. Full thoughts on Instagram. We're going to check out. So he gets a strike. It's his third strike. So the next strike is a permanent ban. Actually, the warning, the second strike. So he's one strike away from permanent ban. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our harassment and cyberbullying policy. We've removed the content from YouTube. It was Elon Musk visits Twitter HQ and libs go into full meltdown. Now, they're not very specific. In what it actually was. And this is one of the most frustrating things as a creator. But for Steven Crowder, I think I understand where he's coming from. I'm going to share a statement here because it's very, very interesting. I've texted him, but I know he's live filming right now. It changed my mind, so I didn't expect a reply before I had to do this video. Because I want to let his viewers know where they can find him too. He wrote, I've been here before, but this one is very different. YouTube has issued yet another hard strike to the channel. No specifics have been provided, but they claim that our segment on Elon Musk's Twitter takeover is a violation of their deliberately opaque guidelines. Why is this one more severe than others? Well, it's our second strike in 90 days. 3 strikes means permanent removal. Do you remember the reason for our last strike? It was due to none other than Carrie Lake pointing out some sort of information about elections and blah, blah, blah. I can't even say that on YouTube. And by the way, she won that anyway. Anyway, look, we're going into election season, one where if the scales of the media were balanced, conservative Republicans would win in a landslide. They can't have that. Make no mistake, there's a reason that these 2 strikes directly relate to, quote, a future governor who has spoken out against big tech and support of a man, Elon Musk, whose purchase and plan for big tech platform would fundamentally allow more free and fair media coverage of elections. I mean, just look at what he's going to do with the blue check stuff and all these lefty blue check people having absolute meltdowns. He continues, it's also no coincidence that this is happening as we're nearing 100 million plays and downloads within 30 days. It's not about the number. It's about you choosing truth over lies. So what do? Do we roll over and die? No. Starting Monday through November 17th, back on YouTube November 21st, we will be streaming exclusively on Rumble, and of course the extended show, as always, from Mug Club, as we always do. Make no mistake, the machine is in full force. They are deathly afraid of you and the tectonic shift which is beginning to take place in our country. Well, it is very, very curious. I wish that Rumble was growing for other reasons. Now, I know Steven Crowder can say some spicy things, especially in the modern world of YouTube's terms of service. I watched that episode. I don't know if there was something in particular that I thought, that's on the line. So, unless YouTube provides some more context, which they usually never do, that's an issue. So Rumble then responds saying, Immediately prior to the elections, one of, if not the largest conservative YouTuber just got another strike, preventing him from streaming until after the elections. Rumble will have all Steven Crowder's content. They say, YouTube, you're being so transparent. We're all really looking forward to Rumble becoming the streaming video site. Thank you for your assistance. I don't think Rumble will overtake YouTube in its current form, but I do think Rumble will become a much stronger competitor for content like mine, for example, independent commentary. You know, it's already so hard to get people to like notice you and find your videos in the YouTube algorithm. And we're already seeing with like the Elon Musk's Twitter acquisition that there are like very real reasons for that kind of stuff. We may have had like one of the biggest stories in this country in a long time break today, that the Department of Homeland Security is working directly with, it appears, Facebook and Twitter to censor United States citizens. And it's like, you know, it's obviously wrong on numerous levels. You know, I think as more of my viewers move to Rumble, you know, I don't care. You know, Rumble's actually bringing out some monetization too. So that's pretty good. You know, and I always tell new content creators that, you know, by the way, Rumble needs help. Their search feature sucks. It's got to get better, and it's got to get better right now. They need more normie content. So if you're a YouTuber, by the way, and you create content, even if it's like about comic books or remote control cars or cooking shows or whatever the case may be, at least mirror it over there. That's literally the bare minimum you can do. A lot of people will continue to move over there, and the people that take the time to at least duplicate their content, it won't be so rough when they get banned. The more people that continue to get banned off YouTube and continue to, you know, create content exclusively on Rumble, the more people that are going to stay there, as long as Rumble can, you know, keep up with the UI changes that they need to do. You know, I think Crowder has said some things that he knows create problems, but like, you know, I think that you have YouTube cracks down on Crowder channel after employees protest. I mean, don't you have a terms of service? Isn't it curious the timing of this ban? YouTube's terms of service is so like, I mean, back in December, you know, he's been one strike away from permanent suspension for a long time. The media absolutely does fear what Rumble's potential is, which is why you see so much resistance. Steven Crowder has definitely crossed the line on a few occasions and gotten some strikes. I agree. But the fact of the matter is, with the YouTube terms of service being so indistinguishable, so difficult to understand, by the way, that's on purpose, they can essentially issue a strike anytime they want. You know, unless you make cat videos. And even then they might say something like, you know what I mean? So the timing of this strike, I think, is very suspicious. You know, that was going to be probably the biggest spot on YouTube covering, you know, at least the conservative side of the race. Of course, the Daily Wire is a thing too. But I mean, Crowder's live streams are, you know, regularly very large, including, you know, having, his live election coverage and stuff like that. So, you know, you have sites like The Atlantic writing this article today. What if Rumble is the future of social web? The most serious of the all-tech social media platforms appealing to right-wing and anti-censorship voices often slides under the radar. What do you mean radar? Are you saying that it's bad? In a recent press release, the company claimed that it had reached 78 million monthly average users. In August, with 63 million of them being in the United States and Canada. That, according to data from SimilarWeb, Rumble now sees 10 times the traffic of Trump's Truth Social and close to 100 times the traffic of Parler. Well, I mean, one's a video site and the other two are like dead Twitter clones. Weirdly enough, Rumble's often overlooked by the mainstream. It was largely absent from the recent discourse about Kanye West supported plans to buy Parler. Barely mentioned in a recent New York Times story about disinformation. Okay. You know, what that's good. Rumble just needs to keep going. Right now, it's our best bet for a YouTube alternative, especially since they're, bringing up monetization, which will make more creators more serious about it. And to Steven, this sucks. I believe that there's a non-zero chance that this was conveniently timed, if you know what I mean. And I'll leave it linked to his Rumble channel, and I support Steven Crowder. And if he needs anything, he knows he can just call me.